Well, I'm doing a video at like 1 something in the morning. I'm gonna try to get me some studying in, man. I'm still reading on some books. I'm gonna come back. I've been watching a video, but I'm gonna take time and I'm gonna get off into this book, and I want to continue to just spend more time with it, and because I do everything in my power every single day, is to take and spend some time and just reading every. You know what I'm saying? If I spend 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, 30, well, if I can get 30 minutes in, that would be really good every day. If I get 30 minutes, as much time as I possibly could every day. If I can get 30 minutes in every day, that would be perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm what the things that I'm reading and what I'm talking about, I don't talk about those things here. I actually have a YouTube channel for that. You see what I'm saying? So if you want that deep information, then um I can put the link down below. You see what I'm saying? But if nobody requested, I won't even be so caught up into getting. I won't be worried about. Excuse me, not worried, but I don't like using that word. But I say I don't like to get caught up. That would be a better word to use than just saying the other word, like a word that like worry and all that kind of stuff. I don't really like using that word. You see what I'm saying? And I pays attention to words. Although I may not mean, you're probably using them for context, but I don't want to. I prefer not to use that as a context because it'll like remind you of something that associate with something. You know what I'm saying? But I bought me some turkey necks. I ate one, but it was kind of light. So I said, I don't want to like eat that stuff and then I'm finna lay down on it. So I'm gonna go ahead on and get with this studying, and then I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna go on my other channel because I'm bold over there. I'm definitely bold. And most people, I'm gonna say it right now, most people is not gonna subscribe. If you're not, more than likely, if you go over there and watch any of my videos on my other channel, my biblical channel, more than likely, that's what I promise you, things will take a turn because most people is not going to agree with the information that the content that I'm putting over y'all. But I do have the reason why I don't take it lightly. Whatever channel name I name my YouTube channel, like you're gonna only get good vibes from my channel. It's important. Good vibes is everything. The vibes is everything. If you ain't getting the vibes when you dealing with people, or if you ain't dealing with somebody, then you automatically, I don't care if it's a marriage related. That's what, do you know that would be what 90% of marriages would be if we really had good marriages and stuff. In every marriage, there's always good vibes. For one, it's got to play a part, a whole big scenario in it. If you ain't got no kind of good vibes, if you ain't got no good vibes at all, you just was to just say you don't even have a marriage. You know what I'm saying? What does marriage mean? Marriage just simply means two people that are committed and loyal. Marriage means loyal. That's what it means. It means loyal, faithfulness, and truthfulness. That's what marriage is. And I think that's what too often probably, a lot of people, now I ain't never been married before. I don't even know, you know what I'm saying? But according to biblical stance, marriage is when you actually share a real true marriage is when you share your personal self with that person. When you share, if you when you give, it's like when it comes to gi- uh, giving a person your personal self. You know what I mean? When I say, you know what I mean, your personal that you don't share with everybody. It's a thing that you don't share with everybody. You only share it with one person. So, and it also means truthfulness, marriage, truthfulness, and commitment. You know what I mean? Marriage is also based upon somebody can tell you something and they can trust you with their information. All of that comes with good having good vibes, a good marriage. You're feeling the person and everything. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how good the person look. If you're not really, they can be real pretty on the outside, but if the vibes is not there, it ain't gonna do no good. But at the same time, you're saying, damn, this person is fine as hell. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that, damn, this person does look good. I can't lie. That person do have some good looks. They really look, they's attractive. They looks good. But at the same time, if the vibes are not there, if you ain't getting the good vibes from it, you just will suggest tuck your head down in front of you and go about your business. You're going to be disappointed because you can be with somebody and they may not look all that what you call quote unquote that good or whatever, but if you got the vibes with that person, what matters is that you feeling this person. You can when you can genuinely. The most important thing is that you're dealing with a genuine person. You see what I'm saying? A genuine person means more than anything. You see what I'm saying? Because see, Pete, you're not going to be known for your looks. That's not going to, although looks does play a part, because you can go out there and you can find anybody with good, you can find a good looking man, you can find a good looking woman that's pretty handsome or pretty that looks good or whatever. Those things, they kind of play a part with it, with you being in a relationship with the person, but it's not going to be everything because look, let me tell you something. What I've learned over the years, you can talk to people who are very attractive, like, damn, I would love to be with this person. I would love to be with this person. I would love to be with that person. But they toxic, you like, damn, I can't, ain't nothing I can do with it now. It's like it's like getting you it's like somebody giving you some chicken. It's just been freshly cooked. And all of a sudden they accidentally wasting in with some toxic other stuff like somebody turn around and mix old food with it. They go to mixing all kinds of other stuff with it and put it like it the food can look good, but once it hit the garbage, it's like, damn, I can't eat it now because it didn't touch the garbage. It's no more good. You see what I'm saying? And that's the same way it is with a woman. A woman you can have a good looking, like it's like a steak. That steak looks good. But once that you put that steak in there with the other trash, ain't nobody going in their right mind gonna go and look in there and try to get the steak out of there and eat it. Because once it hit the trash, that's it. I don't care how good it's hot. It just came out the off the stove. It just came out the grease. It just came out the oven from being baked. But the trash touched it, so it's no more good. So when people come along and they say, like women, they'll say, "Oh well, I hear," like I look at a lot of the gold digger pranks, right? Now I didn't know the video was gonna turn into this, but it did. Um, I thought I was going to talk about something else, and the video is talking about love and relationship and gold digger pranks. Um, I hear a lot of the women, they'll say, well, the men are asked the question. I love the question that the brothers ask. What do you bring to the table? They'll say, like, what you bring? What is it that, what type of guys are you into? They'll say things, oh, I want a man that's going to do this and do that. It's all about materialistic things. And then he say, well, they'll say, what are you going to bring to the table? And then they'll say something like, well, myself, my looks or my good looks. And at the end of the day, anybody you can find there's a lot of women out there that looks good, just like there's a lot of men out there that's very attractive and look good. But that doesn't mean that every man that you see is gonna you're gonna be able to catch good vibe. Oh, I ain't worried about the vibes as long as he bringing in the money and he doing this and that and the third and all that kind of stuff. And that's not right. You see what I'm saying? Because the relationship is based upon a business, really. It's not really based upon a good, genuine marriage. It's based upon a business. That's what it is. It shouldn't be that way. Because if you think about marriages, think about the things that happened in the 50s and you know what I'm saying, before the 50s, before the 60s, way before the 60s, right? Way before my time, 1974, that's when I was born, right? Uh, and the birth that was my birthday date of the when I was came into the world on the 29th of July. So um all this other like back then people would see your potentials. A woman would see if a woman saw a man, if he was I don't give a damn if the man was just riding a bicycle. If the man had a bicycle and he was working hard and all of that, she fell in love with that man because that man had good potentials. She didn't punish this man based upon a relationship shouldn't be based upon what a person have and what they don't have. A relationship should be that you find somebody that you connect with. But today, in this modern day generation, they talking about standards. I have standards. Of course, we all have standards. Just like me, I have standards, right? I got standards. Okay, my standards is that uh like me, I like brown women. You know what I'm saying? I like them brown, like my color, like brown. Um, and I like them. Let's see, I done seen some that are like they're very dark or something like that. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, I like the brown one, but at the same time, if that person that is browner or darker or whatever got good if they got good potentials and they like, well, okay, they are pretty and then they got good ways along with it. They got nice, beautiful, sweet, genuine ways about themselves or whatever. Then okay, I said, well, I said brown, but this person is, I see the potentials. There's a little bit browner, they're a little bit darker or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be like, damn, this person is sweet. This person is a good person. I'm going to okay, I see the potentials. In other words, what I'm trying to say, I don't mind humbling myself. You see what I'm saying, and not be so like it's like, oh, I got to have my preference. He got to be making this, and you know what I'm saying? Like, uh, that would be shallow to me personally. That's shallow. You see what I'm saying? So, um, back in the day, my whole point is this here: the women of today is different from the women of the 40s, the women of 1920, 1935, 1960, 1776, um, way before our grandparents lived. You see what I'm saying? Our grandparents born in 1905, 1902, when they didn't even have stoves and all that type of stuff, where they warmed their food up, they made fires and stuff like that way before the stove was invented. I'm talking about as far as back then, the women of that during that time, that was time they didn't even have the TV. But my whole point in saying that is that the women were very different versus the in this modern day age that we're living now. Everything is different. You know what I mean? You got to like meet a certain criteria in order to be able to consider to be. It's not really. It ain't even about whether you genuine no more. It ain't about none of that no more. It's not about how sweet you are and how you're there for your children and how you take care of your children today in this modern day age. If you are a good guy, or you know what I'm saying, versus a good woman, you get actually you get punished for being a good person and being honest and not taking advantage of people, not taking advantage of children. You just pure hearted when it comes to the Most High God. I'm just saying it like that. I'm just saying it like that. You're very pure. You're honest. You tell the truth. You do all those things. In this society today, to be a good husband, a man to be a good husband, he's going to get punished for it. You're not going to get rewarded in a positive way for it. You're going to get all kinds of whole bunch of negativism. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be all about the good potentials you have, how genuine, how sweet the person is. No, because you're going to get punished for your good efforts. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get punished more. And that's why I named my channel. You're going to only just hang around like-minded people. If we're going to get with somebody like me, if I ever get with somebody one day, if it, you know what I'm saying, I would want to be with somebody that we are on the same page. I want to make sure that we on the same page, that we have the same. We're gonna still be different in somewhat but still have the same goals. The person can support you. We don't need like people in our lives. Excuse me. We don't need women and things. If you're like when it comes to a marriage, a partner, two people serious in a relationship, you don't want to be with a woman that somebody that as soon as your wealth dies off, then all of a sudden they not going to take what and support you that you held them up. Well, since he's down and sometimes things take a L and this person be like, well, I'm out. I don't love this person no more. Well, you didn't love him from the beginning, because if you love a person, you will be willing to stick with that person. That's what a woman is there for in a relationship. She is there to be the soul mate and to make sure. Do you know that yo how sweet a woman is and her attitude and the way that she carries herself? That within itself would knock a lot of us. Your attitude will take you a long ways. That's what matters. Your attitude. It has nothing to do with, you ain't got to even be what they call all that pretty. If you got if of course you're gonna have some kind of, you're gonna want to have somebody to have some kind of attraction to them. But I'm saying, if they just got, they said, well, they ain't all that attractive, but they still kind of looks pretty good, and they looks pretty, she still looks fine. She's still pretty kind of fine to me. You know what I mean? And if they got a sweet attitude or something, that even put more icing on the cake. If that person don't have nothing, don't have as much, I'm gonna say don't have as much. That right there within itself is what's gonna do it. It doesn't matter what all the things that you don't have. If you got good chemistry and you all feeling each other, that's what matters, because eventually all the other stuff gonna come. And that stuff that you really want, you ain't gonna have to ask that man to do that for you. It's just gonna automatically be a natural thing for him to do, because what man you know that's not gonna want to take care of his girl? Every man, and I'm a man saying this myself. I'm speaking for myself. I'm a man. If you look good to me, you ain't got to even be all that. You not even all that attract. If you just look good, and I'm just speaking for us, probably 90% of us, and the brothers can tell me if I'm wrong now. They can tell me that, but they'll know you know what I'm saying? If you got a good, sweet attitude or whatever, that right there will knock most of us off our feet. In a way, yeah. It's all about the connection. It's all about the vibe. If you meet somebody, or if you come in contact with somebody, and y'all naturally got y'all got good. It's all about the vibe. If you feeling the person, and you catching good vibes, and like, damn, I'm really feeling this person. The vibes is really real. These some good vibes or whatever. Boom. Then hey, you know what I'm saying? You all can start from somewhere, because you have to understand, like, a relationship is not going to be about, well, I don't really know you or whatever. Well, that's how you get to know them. You know what I'm saying? You got to start from somewhere. It's just like building a house. You ain't going to all of a sudden have the house built at the top. You got to start from the bottom, just like when they built these apartments. They didn't just start from the top and then come all the way all down to the bottom, or what. They start from the bottom and then they work their way up. That's just like a fish. You ain't gonna get a fish and eat a fish first, right? You got to catch the fish before you can clean it. You got to catch it first. Once you catch the fish, then you what? Clean the fish, right? You clean it, and then once you clean the fish, then it's ready to be seasoned. You season it up. You rinse it off or whatever, rinse the dirt off. Then you turn around, you come back and you season it, and then you put the flour or whatever you want on it. And then the next thing you know, you put it in the skillet. And you cook it on the pace you want it. And once it's done, you take it out. And guess what? At the end, when you done built it up and got to that point, now you can eat, because you done went through all of the processes. But you cannot catch a fish. You got to, in order to clean the fish, you got to catch the fish first. You can't clean the fish and then catch the fish, because it doesn't make any sense, right? It wouldn't make any sense if you reaching out there and say, well, I'm gonna clean the fish and then I'm gonna catch it. What kind of sense would that make? Everybody would be looking around like, what the hell is he talking about? That doesn't make any sense. You catching the fish, no, you cleaning the fish first, and then you gonna catch the fish. It just doesn't make any sense. It wouldn't add up. But if you say, I'm going to go fishing and I'm looking to catch me a perch fish today, a big old a large, long perch fish. Now, once you catch it, then you kill it or whatever they kill it, however how they do it. Then guess what? You start scraping them scales off, right? That you cleaning it. You cleaning, getting the scales off. Once you clean the scales off, what you gonna do? You gonna rinse it off. Once you rinse it real good, you will sit there and let it soak in some water for about maybe 3 or 4 minutes, right? I'm just making up something. And then once you do that, then you turn around, season it real good, make sure it's seasoned, stab holes in it so it'll be moist or whatever, whether you fry it or whether you bake it. And then you put the season on that. And then once you go through all the process and do all of that, hey, guess what? You can eat. So that's how you have to do when you're dealing with a man. You can't turn around and all of a sudden, just with the snap of your finger, have it all at one time like that, because things doesn't happen overnight. A relationship grows. It takes time to get to understand and get to know people and get to know what they like and what they don't like. You can't. It's understandable if you say, well, I don't really know you, and that's why I don't. Start from somewhere. you know? So at the end of the day, I don't even know what the hell the name of this video. Um, what? Marriage means a commitment. That's what I name it. Marriage means a commitment. That's right.